Uganda is a country of 50 million at the moment, and 80% of them identify as Christian. The workplace in Uganda is a place where you would say there's a lot of corruption, in the sense that people use the need for jobs to take advantage of workers in that sense. And it stems from university, where young people are known to having to bribe their way to better grades, and at times having to give sexual favors, especially where the women are concerned. So it starts that way. They have that kind of mindset where they have to pay to get what they want.
Usually when you find people from, say, backgrounds where maybe their parents are not known or they are not known, you don't know people in different organizations, then sometimes you find people resorting to trying to bribe recruiters.
And it's actually acceptable within a culture, which is very sad, especially for me as a Christian, I find it extremely unacceptable. So when we set out as NFT Consult, we were what we call standing in the gap for such people who didn't know anybody in the employment industry. We went into South Africa, we had the same challenges, and then we are looking at West Africa, Southern Africa, North Africa. It must be the same. So we need to go there and create and shine a light in this issue of unemployment, especially among the youth. So we started off in 2005 as a human resource management firm, and our focus was really bringing dignified work in Uganda.
We support different businesses with different processes that they have. Our niche is IT-enabled services, but so basically everything related from HR to recruitment to manpower outsourcing to IT-specific services and that sort.
So that's how we've been growing from one to the other. And this we had a strategy for about 18 years where we were hoping to grow from 6 to 10, double that, and that didn't work until 2 years ago, when we partnered with someone, with another entity, Mastercard Foundation, and then those helped us springboard into the other countries.
So what happens is that NFT, as the placement partner, is responsible for putting together the associates and the employers. So the associates are basically recent graduates. We mainly focus on women, young women who are out of work. One of the reasons the foundation started this particular program was to bridge the gap between finishing school and then starting a job. Because one of the problems they realized was access to education. So they solved that problem through providing scholarships. So the scholarship solved one problem, but then there was another problem waiting on the end of that solution. So another group of people that we focus on throughout this program is not just the young people who are placed, but it's also the small businesses within the community that we work with, the entrepreneurs and the owners of these small businesses. Big corporations have no problem funding an intern, and most of them have graduate programs of their own where they bring on interns. But you might find a small business owner who is willing to impact a young person, but maybe does not have the means to do that. And so that's where a program like this comes into play, whereby now a small business owner has an employee or two for one whole year, and they don't have to worry about that person's payroll, and yet they're still able to contribute to that impact.
If we're serious about solving systemic poverty, we can't just create jobs. We have to create the right jobs. Jobs that spark growth, build skills, and connect local talent to global markets. If we want real transformation, let's not just aim for job creation. They are keys to unlocking dignity, agency, and generational change.
For every one person that is employed on the African continent, they support 6 other people. It's not about just getting a job. It's also getting a job somebody can sustain. Job creation creates a platform for us, not only to have meaningful employment for our workers, but also the sustainability of those jobs requires us to go into more detail about their personal issues. We're also looking at things like lack of housing. You know, we found some of our young people are actually living on the street. You know, how do we solve for those kind of things? Then there are some certain habits that we have seen commonly coming out of universities: gambling, alcohol abuse, and those kind of things. So we deal with those issues when we are placing somebody in employment. My real focus was yielding the business to God, to see, because we had been stuck for that long. There had been no traction in terms of footprint growth or even revenue. And since then, we have seen the expanded in a short time to 6 other countries, which is double our footprint, which we have been craving for 18 years. We have also seen a growth in revenue, but also new opportunities coming our way as a result of that. There's a saying that it takes 30 days to learn a habit, you know. So for me, prayer is something I have to do at the beginning of my day. God is my co-CEO. So I also use it not just for silent and looking for his direction, but also to ask him about what do I need to do today. When I view God as my co-CEO, and to be honest, I have brought him into the way, in every decision that I make. It changes the way I act. It would be crazy for any entrepreneur to skip 50% of any meetings with your co-founder. You don't do it in real life, so why would you do it with God?
It made me realize that being a Christian does not have to stop in the books or in church or in the communities where they know God, but also in our workplaces. We need to be able to live a Christ-like life in our workplaces as well. Be able to show love to our workmen, be able to live in an environment that depicts you as a Christian. When I see Elizabeth, I see a God-fearing woman, a mother, a parent, a nurturer, and so on and so forth.
God has called us not to be on pulpits only, but everywhere there is a pulpit for the Lord. The work of God is not limited to me as a pastor, but whoever comes to the church, discipled, can go out there and take the word of God and disciple and change other people. Many times we look at entrepreneurs as people who just bring donations and big tithes and big envelopes and support every project that the church has. But it doesn't come from the fact that these people are also commissioned to spread the gospel, that there's a partnership that can happen to spread the gospel and build the church of Christ.
So we've been encouraged to see that faith at work matters. And it's not actually singing hallelujahs every morning in church. Yeah? It is how they behave and how that is executed in the marketplace. To the point that people see you and say, you know, I don't like Christians, but I think I like you, you know? And our behavior and how we treat people in the marketplace is very important in bringing people to Christ that way.